The reason we know how to use margin because we know how to use margin. Because you don't know how to use margin, well, don't put it on us. Don't even ask us questions.
Shut up, bitch! Oh my God!
Ryan, why don't you pull up Amazon's margins real quick?
Well, yeah, I'd have more of a grin on my face than Stephen Hawking on Epstein's Island.
I'm off as a smug cock when he said that.
Wow, fiscal philosophy, you're not very smart at all. You screw up, cash flow kings. Dissector, you are an idiot.
Hello, everybody. It's Saturday, and it is 8 p.m. Eastern. And at Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, you could be doing a wide range and variety of activities. Isn't that right, Fiscal?
That is 100% correct. You could be. There's a few things you could name specifically.
I think we should name some of those things.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I was just at the store and there were a lot of people buying a lot of alcohols.
Not good.
I know. Bud Light, but not. You don't want to be doing that on a Saturday night.
You could be hitting the yard. You could be smoking the za.
Oof. Don't even.
Just bad stuff. You could be going to low quality male entertainment clubs and just be going to bathhouses, just things you don't want to be doing, activities that some certain people that we're discussing tonight absolutely love doing.
Oof.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible.
Yeah, so welcome in everybody. It is Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and when we let our guest in any second now, I do have a special breaking news announcement to make. Before we get to that, though, we got to see what's in the comment section. We have Seymour Duck as per usual. I will not demonetize it. No, I always keep it monetized. The people are still discussing the debate from last week, which sparked various interests in the finance community. A lot of stuff that went on post CFK fiscal, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Are you meaning the Discord drama?
Yeah.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know my take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we discussed it a little privately, but not all sides are pure here, and not all sides are innocent. So we'll keep it.
I'll acknowledge, not everybody. There's nobody that's like 100% in the right in any way, shape, or form. However, I do think
50%, 50-50. Mm-hmm.
I do think even if somebody is wrong, the extent you go in pointing that out, there is a limit, and people may have exceeded the limit in my view.
As Joseph Carlson once said, "I'm right, you're wrong." But with all that out of the way, we are having Darth Dividend on tonight. Now, this is about a month in the making, probably longer. Welcome in, Darth Dividend.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Oh, I see that smirk on your face. You're ready to talk about business. I do have a surprise for you, Darth Dividend, because you came on tonight. I have a surprise for you.
Well, this will be good. But I like your intro video with the NWO stuff. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, we lucky it hasn't got demonetized yet. But we do have, I currently did send an open invite offer to our number one favorite account on Twitter, Finance Guy, who on his alternate account, Driveway Extension Guy. And I sent him the link, so there's a chance he could be calling in, but there's a big chance he's not going to be calling in. He did see the message and he didn't respond, so
he's not going to show up. If he refused to pay $5,000, he ain't going to show up.
Very true.
Very true. Now, do we want to start? Yeah, well, we're on the topic of the night here. Do we want to start off? We have lots of things to discuss tonight. This is the state of the finance community, for all we know. Do we want to start off with Finance Guy?
Well, I really think what's funny, I'm tight with Dividend, dude, but he kind of copied Joseph Carlson a little bit, and that's a little serious right there.
Yeah,
we can discuss Dividend, dude, too. He's hey,
look, I can see why you'd be tight with him. You're both double D's in a way, right? You both have the alliteration, and it's both. 2 D's in a row, and it both to do with dividends, right? So you got common ground right there from the start. Although he has now kind of moved away, maybe or maybe not, allegedly copying Joseph Carlson, but moved away from strict dividend investing, yet keeps the name. What do you think about that?
Well, I just caught somebody copying another person. I called them out. It's pretty prevalent. I mean, that's pretty lame, actually. I mean, at least reword it or something. You have Chat CPT or something. I do see a lot of big-time posters, like right after Gurgavin makes a post, they respond right away with a post. I may start calling people out. There's some big names that are actually doing that.
Yeah. So do you still stick to like the strict dividend style investing, or do you have some investments that aren't strictly dividend based?
So with my portfolio, my whole portfolio, I have a growth portfolio, and I have an IRA that has literally no dividend stock in my traditional IRA. I also have probably 2,000 shares of SDHG in one of my IRAs. So, I mean, it's good to be well diversified, honestly. I mean, I didn't believe that a 401k was enough for retirement, but I have a lot of SCHG, and I have a dividend portfolio separate from my growth portfolio in my IRA. So my philosophy with my IRA is to keep in line or beat the S&P 500, and my dividend portfolio is just for passive income, because I'm sure you've seen my videos. It's pretty well diversified with my dividend portfolio.
I have some bad news for you if you're a fellow SHG Diamond Hands enthusiast like myself. Now, what would you think if somebody bought SHG in a Roth IRA and held it for 11 days just to sell it for something else? And I'll get the company.
IRA?
Say what?
In your IRA?
Yeah, in Roth IRA.
You got to get a penalty for that. That's another problem. Or are you talking about like selling it, taking it out, or just selling it as soon as you bought it?
Selling it 11 days after you bought it to put it in another company, which I believe is like...
But still in the Roth IRA. That's what he means.
Yeah, but still in the Roth IRA.
Okay, so no penalty.
Well, what's the stock or ETF?
It's the Flurzev thing, Fiscal. Do you know what I mean? It's like FL. I'm going to find it because I'm...
No, I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to find it. I put in the quote of the year.
I mean, if it's good, it's good. I mean, there are some things that are better than SDHG. I mean, I'm not that type of person like finance guy that freaks out when you say that SDHG is better than VOO long-term wise.
Are you saying that if somebody doesn't buy the exact same thing you buy, it doesn't mean that they're wrong and stupid?
And try to threaten them? Yeah.
Unbelievable. Are you telling me that there's like more than one way to make money? I don't believe you.
And not live in New York? Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying so hard to find this right now. It's nothing good.
We should do it sometime. We should get to do a tier list.
It's Fiserv, which is stock ticker. Yeah, Fiserv, FISERV.
There's not an N in there.
FISERV.
Weird.
I gotta look this up right now because
I have not heard of that.
I just can't defend behavior like that of holding.
Well, why don't you sell SDHG and put it into your driveway?
Fiserv. It is a global technology and services provider specializing in financial services. It's okay. That's like kind of a tech company, basically. I think the Roth IRA is not to be messed around with, and if you are buying SHG, you're holding it ideally for 10 years, 10, 20 years, whatever your time frame is, especially considering the person I'm talking about happens to be 19 years old, happens to also have double D's in his Twitter name. Do the math.
And a head that looks like Hey Arnold?
Yeah. It's just, it's worrisome. That's behavior I can't defend.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never even heard of that company, so I can't remark on it too much. But if it's like some of his other similar recent moves, I would question if that was the best idea.
Do I sound okay on here?
Some of the people in the comments say that they think it sounds like your webcam mic is the one that's actually being used by StreamYard.
I would try unplugging the I think we have the same, like the Blue Yeti or whatever. Just unplug that and then replug it back in, and just make sure it's something in the bottom should say settings, and then
you hit the little settings cog and just make sure that's the one that's selected in audio. I had to do that because I just got a new laptop and none of my stuff is set up right.
Yeah.
So
Now I don't hear you guys.
But yeah, Finance Guy does have the open invitation. I don't think he'll be joining on, unfortunately, because that would have been
So does he have to show his face if he comes?
no. I just the voice would bring me happiness.
Oh yeah, that's true. Nobody's heard him talk either, huh?
Test.
That sounds better.
Yeah, I think. I think it's
Test.
good now. I can hear it fine.
Yeah, I can
Can
hear
you-
it fine too.
Can you hear us?
Can you guys
Okay?
hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be better. There we go.
Oh yeah, that sounds way better, dude.
The
Finance guy was hacking it. Yeah.
Him and the
Oracle.
Oracle.
Plot twist of the century.
Wait, the Oracle is finance guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we'll start off with the entire dividend dude thing tonight because you did want to bring it up and some of the topics that you gave us. Do you have any outstanding thoughts, takes, anything? Did you watch the debate last week?
Of what?
Oh,
Dividend
you missed
dude?
it. Yeah, you missed the dividend dude.
I watched a little bit of it. That was pretty funny. That guy just gets destroyed every time.
Yelled his
Every time
own.
he's on here, it's like, dude, just say that you're not good.
The easier way to go about it. You just got to admit that you're not a good investor and people won't take you serious.
It was a pain for our editor to get clips out of that because of all the talking over each other that they were doing.
Yeah.
Who's retire on dividends? I wonder if that's somebody that I know.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I wouldn't. Retire on dividends is a staple of the chance.
Dividend. And he's using the avatar,
The Dan West.
the Dan Weston avatar.
Dividend, that's pretty funny.
No. They're like most of the stuff that Dividend Dude will say, it's like, okay, that can pass. Like I just thought the whole United Healthcare thing and Nike and stuff, okay, he's just not good at picking stocks. But like the SHG, I can't defend that. I can't defend selling SHG in the Roth IRA.
So when you say to play devil's advocate, you say he's bad at picking stocks. I mean, that would imply that he's got like a very, very poor track record on like a lot of things.
I don't know. Lately, it's not been that good. I'll be honest.
The United Healthcare, the timing's pretty bad, and I felt it was overvalued. But like, does just buying something and it going down after you buy it make you bad necessarily?
The effect, the Kramer effect has been impressive to say the least. I'll say that.
Well, what's another
the
one?
Nike? Okay, the Nike one was pretty bad.
Okay,
that was a rough. Like,
I mean, Celsius was a little bit.
One gifted Cashflow Kings channel membership from Seymour Duck. We will do the dance
Nice.
later on. We're in the conversation right now, Seymour, as we will delay this dance. Dexter Invictus, and I'm not going to say it was gifted. You know who you are.
Dex Invictus, yeah.
Yeah, Dex Invictus. Well,
yeah.
Good viewer of the channel.
Well deserved. He's a staple of the chat.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, this is a very valid point. Problem with the United Healthcare take is that he pretends to understand the business. One of my takes with United Healthcare was when people were like buying, a lot of people do not understand the business because there's so many moving parts, and like that's why it probably will do okay from here. But like,
yeah,
you don't understand every aspect, you're gonna have another lawsuit that takes up a quarter of your revenue. Like,
so I mean, health insurance it's not the like there are certain requirements, like they have to spend, I think, something like the premiums that people pay. It's like 80 or 85% has to go towards care.
yeah.
So and stuff, but it's it's not. I would say it's like a little bit less complicated than maybe other types of insurance as far as from an investment standpoint. What now?
KKR,
yeah.
KKR.
Like I would struggle to invest in like I don't know, like a Progressive or a Chubb or something like that does like all kinds of different insurance, because it's understanding the risk is so difficult, and a plethora of other things. So health insurance, if that's all they do, which I guess United does more than just health insurance as well, because they own Optum and some other things like that.
Yeah,
So it is actually it's a very big conglomerate. So it is complex from that perspective, but it's not necessarily rocket science either.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Yeah,
But there is more to it than their historical PE. I will give them that.
yeah. Yeah, that's a very good point. If Congress bought, then it's a buy.
I was really, really strongly considering it at like 250, 260, because it's like, hey, I mean, when's the last time this big, let's face it, too big to fail company was that cheap? And then, of course, like the insider buys and the Congress buys and stuff kind of validated.
Yeah.
But
Ooh.
I didn't pull the trigger because I haven't really like researched the stuff with their fraud and everything like that.
Yeah. Celsius was pretty bad too. Yeah, it's just. I mean, we all bad stocks to be
Celsius
fair.
is a finance Twitter darling.
Yeah.
What's
Him
your
is
take,
another one.
Mr. Darth?
About Celsius,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even like their energy drinks.
Thank
I'm not a
you. Everybody is
Yeah.
gassing up those. Like, so I drink a lot of like zero sugar energy drinks, like Monster Zero Sugar, etc. Bang, Ghost, whatever. Celsius, other than the fact that they try to pretend to be healthier, there's not really anything actually healthier about them, and they taste worse. So I don't get it. I just really don't.
I don't really care for the company. I don't invest on them. I mean, it is what it is. They'll probably get acquired eventually by somebody. I mean, either Coke or Pepsi. I could just.
I was
see
thinking Pepsi, because I think Pepsi already does their bottling or something like that. They have, or distribution. They have some kind of a contract with Pepsi. So that would be like the natural assumption if they do get acquired. I would think. Speaking of Pepsi, I think that's another Dividend dude one, right?
Pepsi's reasonable though.
He's been talking about how cheap it is anyway. I don't think he's bought it, but he's been talking about how cheap it is.
Oh, I own Pepsi and Coke. I think they're pretty good dividend growers and stuff. And even with this dye stuff, I think they'll be fine. I mean, Pepsi owns Quaker Oats. I mean, I'm literally looking across over here and just seeing like there's 5 or 6 Pepsi products right there that I own right there. A lot of them is Quaker Oats, Frito-Lay. I mean,
Frito-Lay's
Tostitos. Yeah.
Actually,
Gatorade.
don't they make more off of Frito-Lay than they do from their actual Pepsi Cola?
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
I think I've heard that somewhere. And actually, between Pepsi and Coke, like even though you see what I'm repping here, probably I would view Pepsi as the more attractive investment, just because I think that I really do like their Frito-Lay business. I like the fact that they have other food brands like Quaker Oats, which oatmeal is a healthy food. Like it's not all junk food basically that they own.
Yeah.
But they do really own the junk food space pretty well. There's a lot to like with Pepsi.
But Fiscal, do you think there's anything more to like having those occasional bad picks that you do like tweet and make a lot of stuff on when you have like 50K followers or whatever he has? And I understand like it's Twitter and a lot of that's probably it may not be 50K.
So I do think that with like the bigger your footprint is, the more it's the trite Uncle Ben with great power, great responsibility thing.
Yeah.
I do think like, hey, you have an audience that size. If you say something that's potentially harmful to the wrong person, and you have a much higher chance of reaching the ears of one of those wrong people that will take like bad advice from you or act upon wrong information that you put out, you do. I think the larger your audience gets, have more responsibility to be careful with your words, I'll say.
I mean, I myself, I tell people there's risk in what you do. I mean, I even tell people you don't have to buy things because I buy things. And sometimes you might not want to do it because of the risk. Like sometimes I'll be in and out of some of the yield max ETFs. When they're hot, they're hot. When they're not, they're not. But I just tell people don't try to follow me because I may change something within a day or so. So just because I'm doing something doesn't mean you should follow it. So I tell a lot of people that. Plus, my financial situation is different than most people. If I take a hit on something, it's not going to really hurt me that much versus somebody that's married or somebody that's like, a dividend kid or finance guy. He's got to pay for his driveway. So,
but he's going to add like 30% to the value of his house with it. So it's actually a good investment.
All right, you got to tell me the entire finance guy lore because I don't know where your guys' beef like stems from. You got to take me back to like day one.
With him, I tried messaging him back in the day, like, hey, just chill out. He'd get offended if somebody mentioned a dividend stock and this and that. And he got mad because I invested in Zim when it was down. I'm still going to buy Zim again, which is like a shipping company. I actually saw a Zim truck out here in Northeast Ohio.
Israel-based steamship line, in case anybody in the audience is wondering.
And it's a high yielder, and it was really pumped to like 70 a share. And, with what I made, I actually made more than I lost with the share price and everything. But he got real mad that I invested in him. And he didn't know what tax loss harvesting was. I said, I've done that before with a certain stock. Maybe it's not good with play money, and then it helps with taxes. He had no idea what tax loss harvesting was. And then he got mad at me and stuff. And then he deleted me as a follower. And then he would get mad if I would tag him. Like I would have a Dividend Warrior Wednesday. I would call out a lot of people, for like a shout out day. And then I would get like plugged for like 12 hours. I couldn't post because I would add so many names. So I had to add a Facebook group thing. But then I was just like, man, he's starting to get weird. And then he did the vesting post and, I tried to help him out. Like, hey, it's not a big deal, and he got real offended just because I said it's not a big deal. I think he was just like in complete like panic mode. I think he's triggered. Anytime somebody says SCHD, he gets triggered to that point that every investor made fun of him on his post. Either he's a real life person that's like a Nimrod, or he is just somebody that's a character that is for entertainment and comedy. I hope it's actually entertainment and comedy. Or comedy, excuse me.
Yeah, we don't think it is.
Because he clearly gets embarrassed and backtracks like after he like loses his mind and goes bananas on people. The $5,000 fight thing.
Oh my God, we got to retell that story to the audience.
That was not comedy. Like he clearly realized that he was making himself look really bad and really stupid,
and he quit for like a week.
Yeah. Well, and I don't think somebody like with playing a character for shtick, like it would be like really amazingly talented method acting to do it, and I don't think anybody's gonna go to that length for like $16 of Twitter money.
Yeah.
I would have to think of a wrestler. He's like Psycho Sid or something, He gets offended. Anytime you correct him, he loses it. Anytime you say something about Dave Ramsey, he gets butthurt about it.
Yeah, well, his little avatar is clearly based on George Camel, which is a Ramsey personality.
Right.
Like, he idolizes those people.
That guy blocked me, Camel. I actually made a response making fun of him, and I called him a twerp, and he got pretty mad about that. Camel blocked me on that.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely looks like he would be like anybody in this room would fold him like cheap lawn furniture. And I'm over the hill and like apparently 40 according to people in Ryan's Discord. So
so this is from our perspective. For those who don't understand the $5,000 reference we were making, it was sometime, when was it? Like 3 months ago, maybe?
Yeah, it was
4 months ago.
Like, February, I think. January, February.
And we were doing like occasional like bullshit posts, like just to make fun of them. I don't know what we said. So I'm trying to recall. I may need the screenshots to back this up, Fiscal, but like mentioned something about like, I said, do you want to do an MMA fight? And I like said it as a joke. And then I literally went to training. Then I came home and I come home and there's a bunch of notifications on the Twitter. And he offered $5,000 to fly me out to Long Island and have a sanctioned fight with him. It wouldn't be some street fight or anything, you know. We'd have fiscal with the referee, vest on. We'd have it in a safe and controlled environment. And I would do what he likes to do. I'm going to call it the finance guy wife special. You know, she can sit in the corner and watch him get ridden out for 25 minutes and beat his ass beat. It wouldn't be a pretty sight, you know. I probably messed up the roles there, but you get the point, everybody. But yeah, it's so then after that, a bunch of people were making tweets about it, and we made him quit Twitter for like a week. And that was such a feat. I was so happy.
I remember that. That was funny.
Then he came back and like we kind of just stopped because it wasn't really funny anymore. I'm like, there's not much point. Like it's just usually me bullshitting at school. Like if I'm, you know, he likes to think that we're like obsessed with him or whatever, when it's in reality, it's just make fun of him and do it with very little effort. And so somebody made all of these new accounts, which is like the finance guy wife account. The OG is worst finance takes, and he rebranded, but that's the first one. So then there was a finance guy wife account. Now there's a grandma account. Now there's a dog account. Now there's like a cousin account. And it keeps going on. And he really doesn't like the wife account because that one supposedly hit really home to him.
Yeah. You know, if somebody did that to me, I would think it's hilarious. I would actually play along with it, maybe get hits and stuff, you know. But
yeah.
they're marketing for you, basically.
Yeah.
And the sad part is these accounts are getting like actually more engagement than him. Like the wife account gets more engagement than him. With
like one or one like 50th the followers or something. It's only got like 12 or 1,500, and he's got 40, 50. He's similar size to Dividend dude, actually. Maybe they're the same.
I thought you were talking about like physical size. I'm like, no way.
Oh no, not physical size. Like their Twitter followers.
Yeah,
I don't know either of their actual physical size.
That person actually sends me screenshots of him like threatening them, and it's pretty funny. I was sitting in the gym like in the middle of a heavy set, and I saw that. I just started laughing. Everybody's like looking at me like, what's so funny? I go,
what did he send you? Who sent you what?
Oh, finance guy wife sent me a screenshot of finance guy sending a hate mail and stuff.
Oh, you mean I sent you because I'm behind that account, don't you?
Yeah, you're behind it. Well, definitely. The allegations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I was accused of being FU couples. That family or that husband and wife like accused me, and I was just playing along with it with like humor and stuff, you know. I just think it's funny, and they got mad and blocked me, and they accused me of being FU couples and stuff. Like, guys, I've known you for like 3 years on X. Like, I'm tight with you guys. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and then I'm trying to figure out latest has been with finance guy. I don't know. You guys have anything that he's put out that's been like obnoxious or funny recently? I really don't pay attention.
I do have a question though. How many different people do you think are on? Like, is it all one person doing like
gotta be one person?
The cousin, the dog,
gotta be one
grandma, or
maybe
because the grandma seemed different from the other ones, and the grandma weirds me out. To be perfectly honest.
Hey, you're gonna get mentioned now. You're gonna get mentioned. We're gonna be putting.
I don't know, but
the grandma watches.
I think it's a few people, but somebody has to have a lot of money to get those check marks.
Yeah, it's true. They are paying for check marks on all of them, which is crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was like somebody retired in their 60s, like nothing else better to do. Like, let's piss this kid off. This is great. That'd be hilarious. And then Travis got real mad.
We got to talk about him because I don't know a thing about him.
Oh yeah, the beta boy.
Oh boy.
So he got real upset because I was adding some humor and stuff, and he sent me a DM, and him and I were like friends on LinkedIn, and he's like, "I'm going to report you to your employer." I'm like, "Go ahead, go right ahead." And I said, "If you falsify one thing and it gets back to me that you falsified it, I'm going to sue you." and I will sue him if he falsifies information to my employer.
Ooh.
Hey, I got.
Yeah, you
I'll
should.
put
That's
it-
actually smart.
Yeah.
So what?
He ended up actually reporting you, right?
I don't know.
Oh.
My employer, my travel nurse company, probably just laughed. My ratings are like sky high. Like I could, if I quit my future nurse practitioner job because they pissed me off, they would hire me in 2 minutes back. I would just call them like, give me an assignment, let's go. So I'm pretty tight with my employer, but he got into a beta mode. Sometimes beta boys, stick up for beta boys. They're in-sync boys. So that's just how it is.
Yeah, Travis, I didn't know anything about the guy, but I saw that he commented something about like, don't let the haters get to you. Or he said something like that. I just looked on his page and we're blocked. I'm like, what do we do?
Yeah, and he's like trying to act like it's holier than thou. He's like, I can't believe you're like inappropriate like that. I go, dude, you just called Chris Christie fat in a comment. So like, stop trying to act like you're like, so holier than thou.
I won't say anything to Travis. Maybe he'll come after Fiscal, the Cash Flow Kings LLC, the official loan.
Let him come.
Yeah,
What a beta.
your majority stake.
We got nothing. We got nothing to take anyway.
Yeah, there's some interesting people in the community. I'm not going to say her name, but she's been trying to get with me really bad in the dividend investing community.
I know who you mean. I'm going to text you who it is. I'm
I
going to put it in
know
private
who.
chat.
I know who it is.
I put it in the
text-
private chat, Darth Dividend, if you see it.
All right.
It's flip the words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll look and see. But
Yeah. That's.
She was a hua.
Right, I'm waiting for your message. Oh yeah, I didn't get it yet.
Look in the private chat on
The
StreamYard.
private chat tab on the right side.
Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Called it.
Unfortunately, it's not just you. I hope you didn't fall in love.
Somebody needs to make an account called the Dividend Hooler.
Yeah, it's well, I'm like, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, we have some
I'm like,
pretty
it ain't gonna
inappropriate-
happen. Like, no.
Yeah, double and pass to the next. We have some pretty questionable. I don't know if she thought it was me or Fiscal. She was talking to, but
Was it on the CFK account?
yeah.
Oh,
God.
ugh. Wait. I mean, you can send her my way, bro. It's fine.
I don't know if you want that. Fiscal's gonna die after.
Wait, how old is she?
I don't know. 3 STDs for every 1 year she lives.
Ooh. I'm not going.
I wouldn't do that. Me personally. It's all you, Fiscal. You're gonna have to go buy some Church and Dwight stock because the sales are gonna go up 10% from a certain business segment there.
Yeah, I think I know which one you mean.
This was quote of the year. Shout out to Ryan for coming out as autistic in last week's show. You're an OG boss, and us at the CFK's fan club are proud to call you our leader. I stand with you. Yeah, the Travis thing was interesting too. Is there anything else with Dividend, dude, you want to discuss? I know we mentioned it earlier in the show.
I mean, when you're taking people's content, that's pretty low. Just share it or something. I mean, or at least say a quote or something per
Noted.
Joseph Carlson, per at Joseph Carlson, quote him or something.
Retweet with a retweet quote tweet whatever.
That's what Joseph Carl. I think that's going to be quote of the year, Fiscal, because Joseph Carlson's like the retweet button's there for a reason.
Noted.
Joseph, yeah, no.
Well, the other thing was, and then he tried to do it, make it smooth. Like he copied somebody and then he put in the comment below
Credit to.
Credit. No, you put the credit in the first post with that, not below.
Yeah, because the engagements are like 1/10 of what the actual first post is.
Right. No, that's
the Dividend dude plagiarism. I should say inspiration. Allegations have been ongoing for a very long time. I don't think this is anything new, but
I hope he doesn't do that in college.
yeah, what, copying of the Joseph Carlson report for a final exam.
That's funny.
This also, part of this report was taken from Joseph Carlson's YouTube channel.
You know, I've noticed too that there's somebody that's popular within the community that falsifies pictures of themselves too.
Oh,
The person you sent me a DM on.
all right, I'm gonna look at this.
You sent me a DM on somebody, and I confirmed it, and there are falsified pictures that they posted themselves numerous times. I actually called them out in a DM. I'm like, that's not you.
I'm looking at this. I gotta find this. When was this? Put it in the private. Can you put it in the private chat? Who it was? Members only, everybody. Members only. $2 a month.
Read it.
The person we were talking about earlier. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the deal? They were fake pictures.
Yeah, like one of them was like they're in the gym and their quads are huge, and then the next day was like they were out at the pool and the person had no legs, like skinny legs, like runner legs. Yeah,
or maybe they were on a cycle and then went off. Maybe, doing a little anavar and then dropped it, and then the legs shrank back down to normal.
But yeah, that was interesting.
It could have been the tan too. I've heard that. I mean, you don't have a proper tan.
Well, we were trying to get her on Lovey, the Canadian guy. We were trying to get her on the channel, and she wouldn't come on. So it's kind of weird.
Oh, so we don't think that it's a real person.
No, I just don't think. I think they're a Photoshop person.
Oh, it's just
they want to show them the real self.
She secretly looks like a
I take back what I said. Don't send my way. I don't like getting catfished.
Yeah, we don't condone catfishing here on the Cashflow Kings. Yeah, that's one of our first DMs. Don't look through my sunglasses right now, but yeah, I'm looking through them right now. Not good. Fuck, I shouldn't have done that. People are gonna look through my sunglasses and go back.
Who is We Tire on Dividends? Is that the one guy from California that I know?
He's from he Colorado, California, the Gaza Strip. He resides in multiple places.
It's whatever suits him that week is where he's from.
I see.
Let's see. Yeah, he's had a lot of interesting things to say today.
It's not just you, don't worry.
Yeah. The thing about my genetics, that's very interesting, what he said there. We usually can't show his comments on the screen if we want to
usually don't. Yeah, I'm trying to... All right, you also wanted to discuss Khan?
Yeah. Why did he deleted his videos? Come on, just man up. His YouTube videos.
Khmer?
Yeah,
okay, good, yeah.
Yeah. He did like margins with everything was yield max.
My god, we have a lot of history with him.
Oh yeah, I saw him getting mad with you guys and stuff.
Oh, we have a bunch of clips. We could even play them right now.
Dissector, you are an idiot. I just exploded. Risky behavior like gambling problem, party lifestyle, sexual behavior. You just go out there and party life, city girl, and taking drugs, drinking alcohols, doing all these things. I went through college and I didn't smoke pot. And there's thousands of people went to college did not smoke pot.
Is that bearish high tide?
Wow. Is he going after you guys or something or what?
We've been I've been accused of being a racist. Fiscal's not very smart at all. What else?
I'd love to go against him. I would blast him on my YouTube channel if he wanted to go after me.
The best part was we were waiting so long for just an eventual market crash. Not even a crash. Like there was one like 2% day and he was getting correction.
Yeah.
And he was getting absolutely
margin called. Or
Yeah.
This spring, it's kind of when it happened.
Yeah.
A few red days and he was getting margin called over and over and over again. And he was like, I'm quitting YouTube. As you do. But now I guess he's back to the grift again.
Yeah. Well, he got all his stuff deleted though, so I don't know how he can.
Or he has it hidden or something. I don't know. But what is it?
Dan Weston brings up a very good point.
Yeah, he did. He took down the channel. Like all you can find right now is our videos on him and Strongman's.
Which I'm apparently not logged into my account, so I can't actually bring up Dan's
fiscal
BTI
thing. Oh, dude, I wish I would have loaded up more.
What is going on above me? Like they're like yelling or something.
That fiscal's in flashbacks right now. Hearing domestic violence from the neighbors.
Oh, yeah. My old apartment had a lot of domestic incidents in the complex. It was very annoying.
Yeah.
Well, there was a girl that used to live across from us. I mean, this is a red flag. I mean, my buddy, who's a physician assistant in the same hospital I used to work with, within like a week, he dated a girl and she moved in like right away. That's already a red flag. And when she drank, she would get violent. So we nicknamed her Reptar.
Whole time Reptar.
I mean, she would literally kill like 6 tall boy Long Island iced teas like in less than an hour at the pool in our complex. The scary thing is she's an ICU nurse at a like very intense floor in a hospital.
That's something you could be doing on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern that you don't want to be doing.
I don't want to end up in the hospital in Florida now.
Yeah.
Scary.
So finance guy supposedly lives on Long Island. Is there any where did I hear that he was actually like doxing himself or like
so the wife account, I think it was, said that everything that you need to figure out exactly who he is in his posts and on his account. And the dog account told me you could probably figure it out within 20 minutes.
My god, the dog! I can't, bro.
I'm guessing you have to look at his like old posts or something, which I don't care enough to.
Yeah, we can't. We need somebody to do it.
Have the dog do it. Another. So, what do you mean? Like this is an alias, or like what are they saying?
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
So, according to them, like there's enough details about his personal life that you can probably use like social media and LinkedIn to find who he really is.
Interesting.
Like he says enough about like his job title, location, etc. that if you cross-reference like probably Facebook and LinkedIn, you can probably figure out
if somebody
exactly
do it.
Who he is.
They probably already found it. They're just gatekeeping.
No, they said they did. That's the thing.
It wouldn't surprise me.
They got to keep gatekeeping the information.
Well, they probably it's a line they're concerned about crossing.
Oh, what's finance guy gonna do? Clearly not for you.
If he found out my phone number, he'd probably post it. I mean, he's that
like
type
the worst thing he would do is contact your work.
I mean, you could get your Twitter accounts closed potentially for outing him like that.
Not if you if you like privately. I think you can still do damage without posting it.
Probably, but
I think he's going to do something stupid and they'll say like I got fired or something for this, and then everybody Google searches and then they find out like it's a warehouse that he got fired at or something, like a workplace injury. He'd be that stupid.
Put his hand in some lava. He works at a steel plant. His hand got.
What was that one post he made? Like, oh yeah, the one guy like I shorted him an hour or something, like doing something illegal. So we'll find out maybe if he's like in jail for like, like wage laws and stuff.
Oh yeah.
The guy wanted to leave at 5 instead of 5:30 or something. So he said he docked his pay or something. Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, and if the guy's salaried, you can't just do that. And if he's hourly, you just pay him the punches, what he punched in and out. Like, there's not a way to there's not a mechanism by which you dock somebody an hour unless they're a 1099 contractor that you're like you have like some kind of agreed daily rate and you agree that the day lasts a certain amount of time. Like, that's the only way I could see them docking somebody's pay, but then it would be governed by some type of work agreement between the contractor and the company. So I don't know.
Didn't finance guy say something racist too? I want to put
Oh,
more.
yeah.
Drop the
He said he
N-word.
wants
Said
to
the
live with
N-word.
white snobs.
The N-word.
He said the N-word.
He also said he doesn't want diverse neighbors because of the smelly food.
Ugh. The weed I can get on board with, but the food I can't.
The weed, yeah, I don't really like smelling the za when I go by people's houses, but
I told him that
it's legal here in Arizona. So, oh gosh, don't dox me. But
Arizona is a big state. Sarasota is a really. Oh, oops. I got you there, Frisco.
I don't care. I live in Northeast Ohio. I mean, it's the reason why I don't have my face on, and this is a true story. Reason why I don't have my face on like my YouTube covers and stuff usually is I was in the hospital and actually a patient called me Darth Dividend. And I go, what?
Oh
I
my
go,
God.
Don't call me that. Like, he's like, no, I just watched your last video. I'm like, no, that's a conflict of interest. Like, you're gonna call me Gary, all right? You're gonna call me Gary. So I've had a few
You see Oracle out in public. It's the Oracle. Stop talking. My name is.
Yeah, I had Francis. Call me or recognize me out in Northeast Ohio. So it's kind of fun, but it's like at the same time, like you put your head down, like, whoa.
I can't believe I've never been recognized. Unbelievable.
Happens all the time. Fiscal, we got that CFK Vegas meetup is gonna be legendary.
True.
We got like 2 years to that, 2.5 years.
I think the nastiest thing I ever said to somebody, and I'm not gonna lie, they were pretty hefty that made up my trades and stuff. I told them to go get a gym membership. They should invest in a gym membership instead of trying to go after me. That was probably the nastiest thing I've said.
Oh, Fiscal, I don't think. What's the meanest thing we've said? 50-50?
Oh man, I don't know. I've said a lot of mean things. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a terribly nice person, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I did. Oh, the other thing with White Finance, I forget who is that one person that's like the cross-dresser of Bud Light or whatever. What was that person's name?
Dylan Mulvaney.
Yeah, I tagged White Finance and I posted a picture. I go, "Is that you?" He's probably gonna freak out.
Yeah, the cuck memes are pretty funny too.
I was invested in Altria Group when the whole Dylan Mulvaney thing was going on, and they own 10%, or they did own 10% of InBev. So it was like that's the only reason I even am aware of that whole situation, because it was like, oh no, if Bud stock tanks, then Altria's stake becomes worth less, and therefore my investment in Altria could go down.
I'm not a terribly nice person is a Canadian threat. Quote of the year submitted right now. That's going in.
That's a candidate for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I was hoping Dividend Dude would be in here. Chatting with us.
Honestly, I think he's on a hiatus from the show for a while. And it's not because of the debate itself. I think it's just because of the reception he got on Discord afterwards. People kind of
it was not pretty.
And that's where I think, like, okay, yeah, you can tell him you think Dan won and that he's wrong, but like after like a day, let it go.
Yeah, and it did get a little far. Like people were posting pictures of his face and stuff, which you can't really condone. Obviously, like all three of us show our face, so it's like some people may be like, "Oh, what kind of a big deal is that?" But I can assure you that like from personal experiences that I went through a year ago, literally, it's a little scary when people have anything part of your identity and they don't like you. So you gotta respect where he's coming from with there. And I mean, I don't really know if it was just regarding his questionable finance takes. I think it was probably that he left. But yeah.
Well, do you think that finance guy drinks Bud Light or White Claw?
White Claw. Bud Light's too strong for him.
What's the one? He drinks High Noons, I bet.
So do you think Grandma's watching it? His grandma's watching right now?
Grandma's definitely watching.
Getting clips and stuff?
I hope so.
You know what's funny? When he gets roasted, he'll send you a DM like, I'm so sorry. Maybe we should like make up for it. And I'm like, no. No.
He sent me a DM saying we should stop with the negativity. And I even told him like, hey, like I don't even care about you or any of the stuff.
That's what I literally told him.
Yeah. Like it literally makes zero difference. I sleep great. And yeah, you can hate me, you can love me, does not make a little bit of difference.
Who's Dan?
Dan Weston.
Dan Weston.
That's the guy who debated Dividend Dude last week.
I have no reason to debate him. And Dividend Dude would think he's right. That's what's funny.
I was hoping Dan was I don't know. I don't know why we tire on dividends and then a little corner there. He's saying whatever. Fun times. All right. Are there any companies that you're buying right now to move away from the fun topics? Right. Yeah. Any companies you're buying right now you think are interesting value wise?
Capital One Financial. That's the one I'm targeting right now. They got that acquisition. I'm pretty sure of Discover, and earnings reports pretty good. Dividend growth solid, revenue solid, and I have 2 of their cards. I think their customer service is fantastic.
Actually, the Cash Flow Kings LLC has a Capital One bank account.
That's a good one.
Don't try to hack it and steal our $500.
It's a lot more than that too. We're being generous.
We're downplaying it.
Yeah.
So, and no, we tire on dividends. I'm not obsessed with YieldMax. I actually was invited to go on stage with them, the bell ringing, and I don't want to be labeled as a influencer of YieldMax. I don't completely believe in YieldMax. I mean, I'm in and out. I do think the curve yield invests are way better than YieldMax. And from what I'm hearing, there's going to be a counter of Misty, and a lot of people are already starting to jump out of Misty pretty quick because there's going to be some companies that are going to make a counter example of it, and it's going to be pretty nice.
Yeah, me and Fiscal are not popular in the YieldMax community, so we were trying to at one point get invited to somehow one of their New York events, and it would be we just pretty much vlog it and troll the whole time because we don't
show up in my Undertaker costume,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know those guys personally. I have their cell phone numbers. I'm on X Spaces, but I do grill them too. Like, hey, this is honestly like I sold a lot. I'm going to be a little bit in, but when things are bad, and they're pretty straightforward too. Jay and Mike, like, this is not a long-term investment. They said, like, if you could, would you retire on YieldMax? And they pretty much said, well, long-term wise, we can't guarantee anything. So they're telling you straight up, these people that think that they're going to retire on YieldMax, I think they're crazy, honestly.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that you can't just put like 30 grand into Tesla and retire?
No, I actually have a lot. I have like 400 some shares into TSLP, the curve one. I like that one way better than Tesla. But no, I think that's crazy. Even with Misty, I mean, what happens if Bitcoin like takes a big hit? These people that are 10, 20, well, I'd say 100,000 worth into Misty, I think they're crazy.
Yeah.
And to retire on that, there's no way. I don't think that's How would you feel making 1 week? And I do have Misty. I do have PLTY as well. But imagine making $4 a share 1 month and then making 118 the next month. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's not good.
Have you heard of the tactical stock scalper?
No.
Oh, really smart guy. Really smart. He's known for his wits and his good looks. No, he's just this guy, Yield Max YouTuber. He was kind of with Khmer.
He was one of
he's a
Khmer's
sad man.
posse.
Yeah. It's funny
They're
how
in the same
Khmer's like
clique.
completely gone now. So did he
Yeah.
just get completely wrecked, or like I know he was wrecked, but like
Anytime you delete your videos and
Probably
you
not a
can't
good
admit
look.
you're wrong, I mean, that guy, I think he's just crazy. I mean, there's with the nav erosion, you have to be careful. I know when to pull out, but the problem with the yield max too is you have to watch it all the time versus a dividend growth stock like Capital One. Okay, you know what it's going to do. You know what the dividend growth is there. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but you know the trends. And
yeah.
if the trends are bad, you know, you got to know when to pull out.
Yeah. Are you any REITs right now? Because I have a question for both of you regarding REITs.
I'm pretty heavy into REITs. I have like Prologis, NNN REITs, Four Corners Property Trust, Vici Properties.
Yeah, Vici's the one I have.
I got a lot of them.
Yeah, Vici. I don't know what to do with fiscal. I'm a little confused. I'm probably holding on, but like,
I mean,
just
how
it
much-
seems like it's
How much VP you got, buddy?
It's like 7 or 8% right now, but I think I
Yeah.
can do better. I just
Yeah.
don't know what I'd put it in.
I mean, unless you have a plan for the money, I mean,
Hold it.
you
Let it
could
compound.
do worse with it than being in Vici, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, is
kinda one of those things where you gotta
SGov
let it-
better? Is
And
SGov
REITs-
better? That's the question.
Yeah, and I feel like REITs are eventually going to catch on. I don't know when, but they're going to eventually.
Well, I've been going heavy in REITs. In my portfolio, those are the ones that are slowly trying to rebound. But hey, I mean, with Realty Income being down, Prologis being down, Prologis is probably one of my favorite REITs out there. It's one of the biggest REITs out there too, and it's it's everywhere. It's expanding. Revenue's not bad. The yield's a little bit higher, which is nice, and you can't go wrong with it. I'm still in IIPR as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think the only REIT I have is MPW, but all REITs have taken hits anytime that the 10-year treasury yield goes up, because that's a sign that any debt that they take on to grow is going to be more expensive. And also the yield that they pay is less attractive because you can get a risk-free yield on a 10-year treasury that's pretty close in some cases. And then it's like, why take the risk of buying a REIT when you could have that? So that it just drives the price down naturally when that happens. So I think if we see treasury yields go back down, then our REITs will recover and have a nice price bump.
Yeah,
It's going to be a while. If you looked at Care Trust REIT, CTRE, that's a pretty good healthcare REIT.
No, I have not. Yeah, it's just like there's nothing like obvious to swap it for. Like, I like the portfolio where it's at right now.
It's interesting that Nas mentioned Blue Owl Capital. I do own that one as well.
Oh,
How many shares am I at? I have a few shares in that one.
you think Nike's a good opportunity?
Yeah, I've been buying Nike.
Ooh.
At
Are you
what,
bullish that
price?
Dividend dude sold? Is that good? Is that bullish for you?
Why did he sell? I mean, I just think it's a buying opportunity.
He sold to put it in Google.
He sold 10%. He still has Nike. He sold 10% of his Nike stock.
Still bullish. The Kramer.
He trimmed. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember that whole debate? He trimmed.
Yeah, trimmed.
I think I think with what's his name, Khan. I think you should have Khan versus finance guy in a debate. That would be hilarious.
I'd be like the two retards fighting meme. Yeah, but just I wouldn't be able to handle that. Kamer's never gonna come on too. That's the problem. We've tried. Trust me.
Oh, I'd like to see.
Yeah,
him
after
try
he
to
said I
attack
wasn't
me.
very smart, I told him like, hey, you can come by and we can have an actual conversation if you want to show how not smart I am. And I didn't need to do that, you know. Oh, okay.
I'm trying to see how many shares I have of it. I'll find it eventually. I have my M1 Finance portfolio. I have a lot of stocks, and I like pretty much created my own ETF. I know I have it somewhere, but I'll figure it out. But I do have Owl somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, a good question from Breathe. When you're fully invested and the stock you like drops, how do you decide to do? I'll speak on behalf of the Amazon dip that was a few weeks ago. Like if nothing changes fundamentally and it kind of just goes down like macro wise or tariffs, whatever, load up.
I
But
have
if there's a reason.
So
yeah.
keep in mind, he says when you're fully invested, meaning you don't have any cash available for more.
Oh, I don't know. Don't look at the account.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in a growth stock like Amazon, just leave it alone. It'll fix itself.
Yeah.
I mean,
Usually.
so I don't drip any of my dividends. So what I'll do is like next time I receive a dividend or option income or whatever, I'll maybe put that cash into the stock if I don't have any like excess cash sitting around. Like it's something, it's better than nothing, right? I prefer to reinvest the dividend cash in whatever I like the price of at the time rather than dripping it. That's just my personal preference.
So I have two things. One of them, I have an E-Trade dividend portfolio and M1 Finance dividend portfolio. Whatever the pie tells me, the pie will distribute into whatever percentage. I think with my dividend growth stocks, it's going to be going after Costco a little bit more and Capital One Financial. But with my E-Trade, I have my dividends from Arbor Realty Trust that'll be going into Realty Income. So my goal with Realty Income is to get to 200 shares. I should get that in the next 3 or 4 months. And I was using dividends from EPR Properties to buy more shares of O. Then I'm going to reinvest with EPR Properties. Those guys took a hit since the pandemic. That was a really good REIT. And it was an experiential REIT, just like Vici.
Interesting.
Yeah, Vici question mark in the portfolio right now. Holding onto it though.
I mean, don't you have to hold on to it at least till Vegas?
That's fair. That's very fair. But what if I put the money from Vici into Rick's?
Is that the strip club one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's
Bullet.
more than 100.
I like that.
Why don't you put it in the ULTY for Con?
Oh no, never. Guff brings up a very good point. So everybody smash the like button right now. If anybody has any, we'll give anybody like the 5 or 10 minute warning here for any comments, questions, concerns we want to discuss. And we're going to talk about how finance guy is a bitch. I don't know, whatever.
But he's just, I don't know, man. He must have been the first guy out in dodgeball. His own teammates probably threw the ball at him.
Oh, yeah.
We'll put up a poll in the chat right now, and it's: do you think finance guy is is it a troll account? We also have to do the dance fiscal.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so as per usual, whenever somebody becomes a channel member, we are obligated to dance. Darth Dividend, you can or cannot participate.
You can either observe or participate, your choice.
I'll observe and I'll join it.
Yeah. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
the other thing. Hold on, let me do finance guy.
Keep going.
We want to get copyright claimed for this.
Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, finance guy definitely loves the cuck chair in the hotels.
Yep. I think next time I'm gonna have to get a costume like him and come on. I will definitely do that from now on.
And then make your display name Finance Guy and just
Finance
play him
like,
the whole episode. That would be pretty funny. Oh, that would be a great Halloween idea. Like we all dress as our
Ooh.
favorite Twitter or YouTube finance personality, and
I
and
did
like,
that. Hey, I did that technically last Halloween.
oh yeah, you were.
Oh, yeah.
You already did it. Like but we could all do it together.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the element of surprise is pretty good too, though.
That's true. But they wouldn't know who we pick. That's the thing.
Yeah. Oh, I see. So
well, I
we do
would
it
be
behind the
finance
scenes.
guy. I don't care.
You could be the dog fist. You could dress up as like the whole family.
No, I'm already the wife's boyfriend though. Like that they have that
The black guy. You're gonna be the black guy.
You know,
We're gonna
if
get-
you-
I could pull out the makeup, you know.
Oh my god.
Wait,
best
will we get
way-
really canceled for that?
the best way to compare finance guy to a wrestler, like there's Goldberg and he's
Yeah.
Gilbert. He is the Gilbert of finance.
Yes. Not show up in a book. Yeah.
Oh, I'll do it next time. Don't worry. I would do it.
Maybe I'll have to be the dog then. Or
Bark,
Chris-
bark.
bark. I'll just the entire time. Bark. Bark, bark.
No, I could stop eating for a month and be Michael Gayed.
I'll dissect those in here. Some dividend dude's a clown.
Oh, you know what, Ryan? I could stop working out entirely and try to look like a lesbian. I could be Joseph Carlson.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I washed my hands in that one. Pontius Pilate, I washed my hands.
Let's see who.
What was it? Oh yeah, he went. Finance guy went after somebody. I'm not going to mention his name, but he said he looked like Gollum. That was pretty uncalled
yeah,
for.
Kage.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
why we made the
He's cool
post in
without
the first
mentioning his
place.
name. Yeah, Investment Kage is a friend of the show. He's no longer participating in the Finance Guy drama, but I'm sure he's okay with us referencing it since we have before.
And yeah, you know what I referenced? Cage. Have you ever watched X-Files back in the day?
Yes,
Remember
the 90s.
Gibson, the boy genius? That's Cage. I call him Gibson, just like in the
Interesting.
X-Files. The boy genius that can like read minds and stuff.
yeah, like he had ESP or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The X-Files was watched every week in my house growing up.
Oh yeah.
Man, I actually went through and even rewatched it back. It was on Netflix for a while at one point, and I went and rewatched it, and it was very nostalgic.
Nice. What is
Did
that in
you-
your background, Fiscal? What is that? What is that a poster of?
My Hero Academia.
He's your hero? Oh. Got you there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just a little of the old anime. Investment Kage himself definitely would have recognized it.
Yeah. We got to have him on sometime now. Now that I think of it, we were
Yeah,
supposed
I
to
mean,
have him in-
he missed the last one where we were going to have
was
him on
sick.
for the second time. Yeah. He was ill.
All right. We have been
Rich.
live for a good 1 hour, 15 minutes.
Okay, but
One
before
last thing.
no, there is something that I've been dying to ask. Okay. Which Star Wars trilogy is your favorite of the 3 trilogies that now exist? Prequels or OG new Disney trilogy?
Ugh.
For me,
Yeah.
honestly, the Clone Wars, the cartoons are the best out of all of them. The Clone
Nice.
Wars,
I love that.
I
love
would
that
say the
choice.
Clone Wars cartoons are the best.
Kenobi.
So you and then those obviously came about because of the prequels, which I think the prequels now I'm able to watch them and enjoy them and appreciate them for what they are. When they came out, I was like, I was like kind of, I mean, I was a kid, but
Natalie Portman didn't get you all riled up.
I might have been well, actually, you know, now that you mentioned, I've never really liked Natalie. She's never really been my type, I guess you could say. Or I thought she was over. I'm not saying she's not pretty.
Finance wife is your type.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that Natalie Portman's not pretty, so don't say that. I'm just saying, like, maybe overrated for me.
Fiscal, she was 18 when the film was made.
All right. I was closer to Anakin's age than hers when it came out, to give you because it was was it 99 or 2000 that the Phantom Menace came out?
99, because I was in 8th grade.
Yeah, I would have been 11.
I was dead.
Yeah. So yeah, don't give me that. Hey, I was apparently the right age for her, because like she went for she was the one that was, you know.
Yeah, nobody's batting an eye to that.
That 8-year-old in that pod race thing. Yeah,
should have been me.
The other someday.
Ugh.
You know what I'm gonna have to do? Speaking of finance guy, there's a thing of Rover's Morning Glory, and there's clips. I'll definitely tag them and give them credit for the video. There's a guy that's on the radio named Jeffrey. He reminds me of finance guy. I'm gonna start posting that. I forgot to bring that up, and it's hilarious. I'll have to send you like YouTube clips too, and it's totally finance guy.
Yeah. All right, we are 1 hour 18 minutes in. We went over everything tonight. Dividend dudes, questionable plagiarism that may or may not happen. Finance guy's enjoyment of the hotel chair.
There was some investing sprinkled throughout the drama.
Yeah, investing was sprinkled throughout. VG Properties, good time. But Darth Dividend, where can the people find you?
YouTube, just Darth Dividend, and I'll be on here more often, so don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I'm on a lot more. This is a lot of fun. I was waiting to come on. It's felt
it
was
like we
pent
did
up,
this
so it
like
was fun.
25 times already.
Yeah, I don't know. Finance guy like kills himself. Oh fuck. Shoot.
He kills himself with his not that way, but
In Fortnite.
Yes,
he does it in Fortnite. Then we'll be on here talking about it.
You gotta call it self-deletion. Or
there's self-deletion of the internet. Then it will be covered on here.
He would be a team killer in those games. I could see him being angry and team killing.
He would drop a grenade and then look at the sky and spin around. That'd be.
All right. If you haven't already, follow us over on Twitter at CashflowKingsYT. Join both of our Discords. The link will be in the description. Don't miss out the action throughout the week. Thank you all for watching. Smash like, subscribe. Do Dividend, stocks, not drugs, and of course, cash flow is king. Oh yeah.